Welcome. Today we will discuss railroad security and safety. In this particular scene, we'll be covering yard and general rail security. The basic definition of railroad security is an effective rail security that entails a multifaceted, cooperative, and unified approach marked by constant vigilance that taps a wide range of capabilities in the private and public sectors to ensure preparedness and response to security threats. America's railroads work hard every day to meet this objective through regular drills and exercises, security training programs, awareness initiatives, and information sharing. Effective security enhancement can only happen if all stakeholders are aligned in common purpose. This is why railroads work closely and cooperatively with government security experts, as well as state and local law enforcement agencies, to ensure America's railroads remain the most productive, safest, and most secure in the world. In this scene, we are at Norfolk Southern's Rose Yard in Altoona, Pennsylvania. The threats that can be an issue in this yard in particular are people entering the yard and either sabotaging a rail car or destroying the load in the car. Another threat is someone could potentially enter a locomotive and move it into harm's way. A person could also enter this yard and pose as a railroad employee and board a train that is stopped for a crew change. One thing railroads in North America could do is what a major passenger rail company in Italy has developed. SiteLogic's site sensor thermal cameras to provide rail yard security and prevent vandalism at one of the largest rail car maintenance facilities in the country. You can help as well by the saying of see something, say something. We are now at the Tyrone Amtrak station in Tyrone, Pennsylvania to talk about railroad crossing safety as well as passenger safety. Let's start with railroad crossing safety. When approaching a rail crossing, always slow down and look both ways. When there are lights flashing at a rail crossing, always stop even if you don't see the train. It could save your life if you look. Otherwise, you will be crushed by 425,000 pounds plus as Operation Lifesaver gave us the famous words, look, listen. Next is passenger safety. It's always important for all the commuter railroads along with Amtrak, but one key thing is always missing at these locations, and that's bag checks, like TSA in airports. Each year, Americans make more than 3.5 billion trips on intercity trains, commuter rails, and subways. On any given day in New York City, more people pass through Penn Station than all three major airports serving the region combined. The abundance of passengers combined with the need for easy access makes securing passenger railways a daunting task. Absolute security can never be achieved, and experts caution against extreme security measures, which they say would disrupt how transportation systems function while offering no guarantee against attack. In an attempt to balance security and accessibility, rail companies have taken measured precautions to help prevent attacks. These include random searches of passengers and baggage, increased presence of security officers and bomb-sniffing dogs, increased video surveillance, removal or hardening of trash cans so they cannot hide bombs, and encouraging passengers to report suspicious activity. But though these measures preserve passengers' easy access to trains, they would be unlikely to foil a determined terrorist cell. Here we sit in the Everett Railroad GE-832B, number 561. The GE-832B was manufactured between 1984 and 1989, so cybersecurity doesn't apply to this specific locomotive. However, we will briefly discuss it. The physical security of a locomotive is extremely important. Ways to keep a locomotive secure is by making sure the reverser handle is out, the locomotive brakes are set, and the locomotive is locked at every available door and hatch. Now we switch to cybersecurity of locomotives. Supervisory control and data acquisition, or SCADA, are a system of software and hardware elements that allow industrial organizations to monitor, gather, and process real-time data. SCADA systems are an integral part of many enterprise systems, primarily in the energy generation and manufacturing sector. Historically, these systems have been good enough to secure critical components since money-motivated hacking groups had very little to gain by messing with power grids or impacting oil production. But energy companies aren't the only ones using SCADA. Manufacturing firms often leverage these systems to keep track of production timelines and maintenance issues, while rail companies use SCADA to manage traffic control, crossing protection, and switching yard automation. Just like their energy counterparts, these systems are vulnerable to hacker attacks under the right conditions. The SCADA Strangelove researchers admit that in many cases these hacks would require intimate knowledge of the SCADA system or the help of someone on the inside, either as a malicious accomplice or an inadvertent insider through the use of social engineering. As noted by Fortune, however, the idea of hacked trains isn't exactly far-fetched. In early December 2015, a Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority, or MBTA train, departed without an operator and coasted through 4 stations before coming to a stop. While no details have been released on what exactly caused the issue, the specter of hacking has already emerged. And with thousands of commuters riding the MBTA each day, digital vulnerabilities could have serious physical impact. Bottom line, hacker motives are changing. It's no longer about the quick smash and grab. Many malicious actors are looking for ways to wreak real havoc or acting on the instructions of a politically motivated nation state. And what motivates governments and large corporations to change their ways? Infrastructure threats. With SCADA systems acting as an integral part of everything from energy to manufacturing and transportation, it's no surprise that cyber criminals are learning to leverage vulnerabilities and discover just what kind of damage they can cause. In this scene, we are in the Penn State Altoona Railroad Transportation Engineering Signals and Virtual Reality Lab. We're demonstrating the signals that the RTE program has. Cybersecurity analysis fulfills a wide range of cybersecurity needs, focusing on the specific risk management challenges inherent in automated control systems, such as industrial or SCADA systems. The company helps its clients to build bridges between management, IT, operations, and police employees. It also helps clients to identify and mitigate plausible risks to automation systems, such as positive train control, PTC, communication-based train control, or CBTC, automated train supervision, ATS, and vital systems. Cybersecurity analysis offers a range of standard-based services to address the most challenging cybersecurity issues. The company's expertise is with ISO, NIST, APTA, ISA, and IEC standards. Cybersecurity analysis services cover the following: cybersecurity strategy, selecting a standards-based risk management approach that meets industry best practices and is tailored to clients' needs. Governance, defining appropriate processes, checks and balances to keep cybersecurity programs on track. Risk and vulnerability assessment, providing consistent results by factoring in the likelihood and impact of potential security breaches. Defensive architecture, designing defensive architectures to address ever-evolving threats. And remediation project, defining and managing projects that remediate security gaps. Wayside OCC Signals and Communications. Cybersecurity Analysis is a leader in rail cybersecurity risk management. The company understands safety operation critical systems, having shaped the APTA recommended practices for cybersecurity. Unlike enterprise-only firms, cybersecurity analysis understands that cyber risk management comprises both information protection and operational safety concerns. The solutions must address technical issues, processes, and behaviors. Cybersecurity breach prevention. Cybersecurity analysis addresses security breaches such as those reported by the DHS, the TSA, the U.S. Computer Emergency Readiness Team, and their Industrial Control Systems Cyber Emergency Response Team. Cybersecurity issues and rail-specific risks. Cybersecurity analysis solutions can help defend its clients from threats performed by hackers. These include signal tampering, vehicle control manipulation, theft of confidential human resources or revenue information, and defacement of announcement boards, websites, or public address systems. Cybersecurity analysis is equipped to combat rail-specific challenges such as geographical dispersed equipment and vulnerable rights-of-way for vendors and regulators directly connected to the railroad IT systems.